Hello students, welcome to this series of science lessons. In this lesson, we will study about the living world. The living world. The word environment is very familiar to us. When I say the word environment, I am referring to the natural environment, not the man-made environment. In our natural environment, we see hills, forest, rivers, lake, trees, animals, birds, soil, rocks, and so many other things. These all are part of our environment. Our environment is home for diversity. We have so many living things and we have so many non-living things. You have the curiosity to know the speciality of this diversity, haven't you? After studying this lesson, you will be able to identify living beings and non-living things, know the important characteristics of living beings, introduce yourself to the method of food production in plants, life cycle, and different types of plants, classify animals based on their feeding habits, know the importance of protection of plants and animals. Plants and animals are living beings. There are certain characteristics, or we can call it as features, to decide them as living beings. What makes us living beings? Even we are living beings, right? Yes. The characteristics of living beings are given, or we can call it as the features of living beings are given below. Living beings are made up of cells. In the left side, we can see this is a cell of a plant. On the right side, we can see this is a cell of an animal. Basically, what is the meaning of cell? The word cell comes from the Latin word cella, which means small room. In living beings, cell is the smallest unit of life. Living beings are made up of cells. Living organisms respire. During respiration, living beings take in air, use oxygen, and give out carbon dioxide. That is what human beings and other animals do. We take in the air which contains oxygen in it and we will give out carbon dioxide. There are special organs to respire in animals. Plant also usually they respire through stomata. Stomata means small openings which are present on the lower surface of the leaves. Here we can see a leaf where the majority of the stomata could be seen below the leaves. There is a layer called stomata. If you take that layer and see it under a microscope, you can see stomata. We can see how the plants will breathe. With the help of oxygen, the energy in the food is made available to the living body. Living beings eat food. Human beings will eat food to survive. You will eat food, I will eat food, everybody eats food. Similarly, even other animals and plants will eat food to survive. We will eat chapati, roti, vegetable and meat to survive. So what about plants? Don't you think even plants need food? Yes, even plants need food. How do plants obtain their food? Most of the plants produce their own food and they are called autotrophs. Auto means self and trophs means nourish. They are self-nourishing themselves. Preparation of food in plants. Observe this picture. Four important components needed to produce food by plants, which are atmospheric carbon dioxide. Air is composed of carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, and many other gases. Plant needs carbon dioxide, solar energy, the energy coming from the sun, and plant need water, salts, and minerals. Plants use solar energy, carbon dioxide in air, and absorb water, minerals, and salts from soil. and plants will prepare food with the help of and plant will also prepare food with the help of photosynthesis. In the preparation of food by plants, glucose is produced and oxygen is released. You know why planting more trees is important? Because they take in carbon dioxide and sunlight and they will give out the oxygen and glucose. Oxygen is required for us to survive. We are oxygen based living beings. We need oxygen to respire. There are some plants like Drosera, Nepenthes, and Utricularia prepare their own food. They depend on insects for nitrogen. These are called insectivorous plants. Food of animals. Animals do not prepare their own food. They depend on plants or other animals for food. These animals are called heterotrophs. Hetero means others, trophs means nourish. Animals depends on others for their nourishments. All animals do not eat same type of food, right? Human beings eat some certain kinds of food and cat and dog eat some other food. Fish and aquatic animals eat some other foods. So all animals do not eat same type of food. Based on food they eat, animals could be classified as follows. Herbivore, where animals eat only plants. Carnivore, where animals eat other animals. Omnivore, where animals eat both plants and animals. Living beings grow. For human beings, we know that we grow. There is an increase in height and size. This is called the growth. This is external growth. We also grow internally. Our intellectual capabilities increases as we age. This is not the part of discussion. Let us concentrate on increase in height and size. Living beings move. Human beings will move from one place to another place, right? You and I will move wherever we wish, right? Movement is a living characteristic, or we can call it as a feature, especially for animals. Movement of animals, like human beings have two legs and two hands for movement. Horses have four legs for movement. Birds use their wings for movement, and snake use its whole body for movement. Plants do not move like animals. Still we can observe the following movements, like the roots growing towards the soil and sunflower turning towards the sun. If you have noticed, sunflowers will be in the direction of the sun most of the time. Living beings excrete. Animals throw unwanted things of the body in form of carbon dioxide, sweat, feces and urine. They have special organs for this. So this is about the animals. Now let us see how the plants will excrete. Plants give out carbon dioxide during respiration. Dry leaf, stem, rotting parts, all these separate from the plants. They release excess water to the atmosphere through leaves. We cannot hold waste in our body for long time. We need to remove the unwanted things from our body. Living beings reproduce. There is some resemble between you and your parents, right? In the first picture, you can see a mother and a child. Mother has two eyes, one nose, one mouth, 2 ears. Even the child has the similar features, two eyes, 2 ears, one nose, one mouth. You can also notice that the cub is similar to the mother. Hens are similar to its younger ones. Even cows are similar to its younger ones. The process of an organism giving birth to young ones which resemble it is called reproduction. Some animals carry out reproductions by laying eggs, like hens, and some others directly give birth to young ones, like human beings. Life cycle of a plant. Everything starts from a seed or stem bud. If you place a seed on a fertile soil, After many days, you can see a plant. Like if you take a mango seed and you put under the fertile soil, after some days you can see a plant. After some months, you can able to see flower growing on the mango tree. You can see so many flowers. After some days or after some months, you can see unripened fruits growing from the flower. After some days, you can able to see the sweet fruit. Finally, we can see a sweet mango we can pluck and eat. While you are eating mango, you can again see there is a seed inside the mango. This is a cycle. This is a life cycle of a plant for majority of plants. Living beings respond to stimulus. When you are walking on a road, accidentally you step on sharp objects. In the next moment you will take your foot off, right? You are responding to the external stimulus. Living beings are capable of responding to the stimulus. We experience stimulus usually by responding to the touch, heat, cold, sound and smell. All have special organs for this. Living beings have a lifespan. Living organisms take birth on earth, become adults, reproduce, become old, and at last they die. The time period between the birth and death is called lifespan of an organism. The average lifespan of some of the animals are given below. For turtle, it is 150 years. For human beings, it is around 70 to 80 years. Cow lives 20 years. Eagle lives 20 years. Based on lifespan, plants are classified into annuals, biennials, and perennials. Now let us understand what this means. Annuals. Plants which bear flower, produce fruits, and die in a year or a season is called annuals. When you plant a seed into soil, a fertile soil, you can see plant, flower, and they produce fruits and they die in a year or season. For example, wheat, paddy, cotton, jowar, biennials, where a plant live up to 2 years or 2 seasons, produce flower, fruit and seeds. Eventually they will die. Once you place a seed into the soil, the seed will become a plant, plant will turn into a flower, flower will turn into fruit, and in fruit we can see seed. Eventually the plant dies in 2 years or in 2 seasons. For example, carrot, ginger, beetroot. Perennials. Plants which live for many years and keep producing flower, fruit and seeds. And they stay for many years. For example, mango tree, coconut, neem, jackfruit, and many other plants and many other trees. Apart from the lifespan, plants are classified based on nature of seed leaf as monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous. In the left hand side we can see this is an example of monocotyledons. On the right hand side we can see a plant which is an example of dicotyledons. Monocotyledons seed has only one cotyledon, where it has got only one seed leaf. And on the right hand side we can see an example of dicotyledon where it has got two seed leaf. And example of dicotyledonous plants are horse gram, red gram and black gram, etc. The content of this video is borrowed from Karnataka Textbook Society, Bangalore under Fair Usage Policy. This video is presented by Avari Technologies. Please do hit subscribe button to get more content. Thank you.